Hello once again. Today I want to have a little bit of a rant to do with testosterone replacement therapy and how difficult it is to get it here in the UK. So I was watching an episode of a TV series called First Dates, which is a UK series here where people basically meet up for the first time and they go on a blind date. And there was an interesting episode yesterday that I saw where this girl who had a gender reassignment and was in the process of being turned into a male went on a date. And she was telling a little bit about her story on this show, and she was explaining how she was born a female, but how she's now able to go through the process of getting testosterone replacement therapy and a few other things to help her transition into a man. And I thought that's very interesting because here in the UK, I've been trying to get testosterone replacement therapy from the NHS, and while I had no problems in any of the other countries getting it from my doctors who prescribed it and had agreed that I needed it, when it came to the NHS, they made life extremely difficult. And even though my levels were low, they made it impossible for me to get the treatment, saying that they weren't low enough, even though I was only 1 point above the lowest point that they normally treat for. And they were refusing to take any of the other symptoms that I had into consideration, such as the lack of drive, lack of motivation, tiredness, inability to build strength, the sexual libido issues that come along with low testosterone. They weren't willing to listen to any of that. They were just looking at the simple measurements of the tests, which were low, but they were being political about it and saying not low enough, while other doctors agreed that I definitely should be going on treatment. So anyway, that was my background, and I did a bit of research into the NHS and gender reassignment process. So if you are a girl, and this is where it gets interesting, if you are a girl and you want to go through gender reassignment and become a man, the NHS, after they've done their psychological evaluations and that, if they deem that you qualify to go through that gender reassignment, they will actually fund the whole process, which means they will supply that girl with a testosterone in order to become a man. So I found it very interesting that the NHS is willing to give a female who biologically isn't supposed to even have testosterone in the first place, they're willing to give them testosterone because of some psychological condition that they have, but they make it very difficult and virtually impossible for men with genuine cases of low testosterone to get the treatment themselves. And when men like myself try to prove our cases by explaining the psychological conditions that we're going through, such as anxiety, low drive, and all those types of things, they're not willing to consider it. But in the case of a woman who doesn't even need testosterone in the first place, those are valid reasons to give them testosterone and go through the treatment. So I thought that's very interesting. I'm sure there's a huge politically correct agenda behind why they do that and why people aren't causing more of a stink about it. But I thought I would just raise that for those of you that are in the UK and having trouble getting treatment for low testosterone. And it's just something to think about. Now, I am also looking into ways that you guys who are struggling with low testosterone and aren't able to get treatment because of the red tape that you have to go through with the NHS and their ridiculous rules and regulations. I'm looking into ways that can help you seek alternative methods to get the treatment that you need and to make sure that you function optimally like a man should. So stay tuned for videos like those, and if you are interested in hearing more about that, I've got tons of information coming. Just click the subscribe button below and you can look forward to more videos like these in future. And I'll see you next time.